Here we are, World Cup 5 in VALLNOR, and it's track walk today. So we are at the top of the track right now, and we're gonna see how it looks. We used to ride like the bottom, the old World Cup track. So it's a new track, so would be good. I'm excited to see something new. Yeah, from what I saw from the chairlift, it looks super fun. So it's a good starting point.
Yeah, for sure, it's good to have a new track because you learn everything from scratch. So we will see after the first few practice, but it looks good for the moment.
What are your thoughts on this place? A lot of history here, a lot of races been won and lost here.
Yeah, for sure. Even if it's not the same track, it's the same vibe here. So I really like here. So I'm always excited to race here. So it's the same this week.
So what are you pointing at there, Finn?
That's the start of the 2008 World Cup. And if I go a little bit over here, that's the start of the 2014 to 2019 World Cup. And now we're above all of it on like what looks like a supercross track at this point. I'm really excited. This is insane. We're just counting the corners. There's been like 4 corners, and I don't think you have to brake once. Like maybe, but the corners are so big and fast, and then there's some big jumps that you're just gonna be coming in so fast to everything. And like, if it's ridden well, I think there's not really gonna be any big holes in the corner, so they're just gonna be consistent and just it'll be so sick. I can't wait. Over and just into the turn.
Yeah, I walked the track in Copa Catalana, and so far it's exactly the same. And the boys, I think they were pretty stoked with it because it was super fun. That upper section, I think the first 30 seconds are just railing the turns and being a bit like bike park but extra speed, you know. So I think it's good. So far so good, huh? And the views, I love everything so far. So I hope it stays pretty smooth for my little collarbone. But I think it's gonna die. Like all the turns are gonna get.
So, Chris, how old were you in 2008?
I was 5.
So you realize that's when the first World Cup was here, right?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think that it's been going on that long and at the same venues for so long, but yeah, it's pretty cool to finally be here and see it. The previous one looked really cool. It looked really natural, very steep at the bottom. And pretty gnarly, honestly, and long, I would say, too. So this one definitely seems like it's got a different vibe at the top, like massive berms, just pretty insane. And then now we just got into the wood section, so we'll see what it's like.
I broke my wrist, sadly, in the race in Lenzerheide. Yeah, I rode down, didn't feel anything, and then 10 minutes after it got like really swollen and stiff. So yeah, just a little bone in there called the pisiform. Never heard of it before, but she's broke. So gonna be off the bike for a bit, unfortunately. Hopefully Worlds. So yeah, bad timing for an injury. So pretty bummed.
You would remember when the race started on this side of the hill before, right?
Yeah, I remember, the main thing I remember is Sam Hill just yeeting off of that cliff thing into the snow head first. That was pretty much lodged here of just like he was on it and was doing anything to win that one. So that, yeah, I think that was on just the hill below us or even higher again. So we're running with some elevation.
Yeah, my first World Cup, well, actually second World Cup was here in 08, and yeah, it was literally just over there, and it was like a 2-minute track, pretty sick. Obviously I was racing with all my heroes, you know, like Rennie, PD, Manar, Hill. Yeah, now we're here on the same hill, but totally different track, and something that I feel like suits me and is pretty flat out. So yeah, it should be a good weekend.
There's not many venues that can have 3 different World Cup tracks, and this is one of them.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They have so much like scope. It's insane. So yeah, there's this one. Was it 09? I think I heard you tell me the 09 one, and the previous one, the steep one. But yeah, it's pretty cool, and they have more. Like if you look like around, there's so many more like bike park tracks everywhere. So it's pretty cool, to be fair.
We are almost 1/3 down, and the start is really fast and loose, and I think it's really good. Can't wait to be on track tomorrow. The one before was super steep and longer. It's more like from now. I would say it's more a bike park and huge corners and huge gaps.
So yeah, in 2008 and 2009, when I was on Lapierre as a junior, we raced the other track. Like the first one, which was a lot shorter than the next track that we raced. And then now we're here at the top of the mountain. We almost need oxygen tanks at the top because we're so high.
So 2008 was your first year on Syndicate.
I remember the race being wet. I remember having a struggle in practice. A lot of off-camber like roots and little catches everywhere. It was a tricky track because you kind of traversed to the right the whole way down. Then the track went from there to kind of the classic long track that progressively got steeper, and now they've made this. So, I mean, it's cool to see that fast open section up top. It's kept a little bit more raw through this section, and it gets steeper down the bottom. So it's cool. It's a nice track.
The new track is shorter and it's kind of different. It's like the same steep everywhere. Than the other one was really flat at the top and really steep at the end. So it's gonna change the physiognomy of the race, I think. And yeah, it's look good. I love the change and can't wait to put the wheel on.
What's your earliest memory of seeing a race here?
Earliest memory of race here, I think is. Oh yeah, I know. I think it's Sam Blenkinsop hooking turns on an older track. I think the track was further up the hill. I just got this distinct memory of Blenky on like the smallest Yeti bike you've ever seen, just hooking turns. It's like a straight bit with chicanes taped off. I think it was here. But yeah, that stuck in my head. That was a good bit of footage.
So Jackson, how old were you in 2008?
2008, I was 4 years old. Yeah.
You realise that was the first year there was a World Cup here, right?
No, that's new news to me, but that's crazy.
So Greg and Steve and Nathan Rennie were on the Syndicate.
And Greg's still on the team.
And he's world champion.
And he's world champion, and he's still getting podiums. It's insane.
Oh, it's totally different from the track from 5 years ago. It's pretty cool. It's really steep and technical, really tight sometimes. So I think it will be a really interesting race.
Looks very fast. A lot of fun jumps and berms, and then just wide open really. Not too many corners that you need to really do anything, from what I can see so far.
So you were here in 2008, right?
Yeah, I was.
Can you tell me who the big stars were back then?
Big star was the Atherton family. They won everything that weekend. It was G winning downhill, Rachel women's downhill, and Dan won 4-cross. So it was a good day for them.
Oh, Nina Hoffman, we're at the bottom of the track. What are your thoughts on it?
Fucking amazing. The track looks pretty good, pretty fast, good jumps in it, technical sections, steep shoots. I like it so far. Yeah.
How steep is this finish?
This is pretty steep, this is gnarly. You really have to take it easy here to not to die.